Danny Rohl did warn that, with 9 cup finals remaining, only the result mattered now. He tentatively ticked off the first with an ugly victory on a revolting day in Paisley. Tour Rommens separated the sides with a fine 31st-minute goal, the Belgians' first for the club. Rangers failed to convert periods of pressure and control into a comforting second goal and sorely lacked quality in attack. This was far from a pretty watch in the wind and rain, but Rohl's men showed what was required to confront the conditions and keep a spirited St Mirren side at bay. The vital 3 points were achieved after clinging on late against a host team reeling from the loss of their inspirational manager Stephen Robinson to Aberdeen. Better, much better, will surely be required from Rangers to overhaul Celtic and Hearts and become champions. And yet, after 3 successive away draws to Hibs, Motherwell and Livingston, finding a way to win on the road was a step in the right direction. After pleasing play for long spells against Celtic in their 2 meetings resulted in 1 point and a Scottish Cup exit on penalties, getting over the line here was a relief. Rangers followed Celtic's example in closing the gap on Hearts this weekend and did so on the back of a comfortable defensive effort. Rohl's men are only 3 points adrift and the manager is promising improvement in weeks to come. Only if they can rediscover the final third quality sorely missing at the SMISA and lift the title will this win be looked back with any fondness. A seriously smart move for Rommens in the January transfer window will also be reflected upon with pride. No harm to 19-year-old Jayden Megoma, but the left-back was talking about learning curves on his arrival from Brentford B team. Megoma has plenty of scope for improvement. However, the climate at Rangers doesn't allow for much of that to come gradually. Rommens has been an instant upgrade since ousting him. Despite not training for 2 days, on the back of a knock sustained against Celtic, he was typically impactful on the flank. Such dynamic and class options are in short supply in St Mirren's injury-ravaged ranks. Craig McLeish was only promoted to the job of first-team transition phase head coach last month. He walked into an extremely tough position as caretaker last Wednesday after Robinson's exit. Things only got more difficult in the days leading up to hosting Rangers. The post-Robinson era began badly for Saints with the grim Saturday night viewing of Kilmarnock beating Hearts 1-0. That drew Neil McCann's team level on points and confirmed the Ayrshire men as the strugglers with momentum. Knockout specialist Saints, with a Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic looming, will need to gather some fresh impetus of their own quickly. The Rangers' goal came against a defence in makeshift mode. No surprise there. St Mirren's luckless campaign with injuries has turned just plain cruel. Keanu Bacchus, only 4 games into his comeback following 3 months out, suffered a season-ending Achilles injury in training last Thursday. Declan John followed him to the treatment room a day later. All this after stalwart Marcus Fraser was lost for the campaign with a collarbone injury earlier in the month. A quarter of an hour into the game, Alex Gogic and Jayden Richardson suffered a horrible collision going for the same ball. The Cypriot's bloodied head was mended, but Richardson suffered a deep gash above his eye that forced him off. With Richardson's natural replacement Connor McMenamin also hurt, Alan Campbell replaced him on 17 minutes. Liam Donnelly, in only his fourth league start, switched to right centre-back and Richard King to wing-back. With St Mirren operating a back five, any delivery from Rangers had to be pinpoint. And that's precisely what Nico Raskin produced for his fellow countrymen on 31 minutes.